Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different as I will be reacting to my hate comments and I will be addressing them for the first time. And I've gathered roughly 25 of these for the past 5 months now, and I'm going to put them all into one video. There's only going to be one part to this, and that is this video. But before we get started, make sure you guys are subscribed as we're approaching 3,000, and click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my content. Also, we have memberships if you are looking for that. You can find a link in the description section. Now back to the topic of today's video. I'm going to be specifically addressing the comments that I get, specifically the negative ones, and I know there's still a lot of positive comments, so shout out to those. But today we're going to be focusing on the negatives only. So starting off with the first one, Mike Hansen 9956 says, "Why are you so Democrat?" Well, first of all, I've never publicly said I was a Democrat to begin with. By the way, this exact comment is from a video in which I had Trump winning the election with over 300 electoral votes. So I don't get how this makes me, a Democrat in the first place. The same person also said, quote unquote, "You sound like a Biden fan. Trump will win," and blah, 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 whatever, you know the deal. And yet again, this comment goes to a video in which I had Trump winning with over 300 electoral votes. So I don't get how this would make me a Biden fan. I don't think any Biden fan literally would have Trump winning the election with over 300 electoral votes. I just don't see that. And then the same person, for the third time also, called me a typical CNN pro-Democrat under an election night video, because obviously it was an election night theme, and then also fake news communist news network. So with that being said, in the election night, I also had Trump winning with nearly 300 electoral votes, so I don't get how any pro-Democrat would have that happening. And so it just makes no sense. And then Jenna says, quote unquote, "This guy must be biased, Trump 2024. Well, under the video that she commented in, I also had Trump winning with nearly 300 electoral votes on this election night. And so yet again, I just keep mentioning this, I don't get how anybody biased, and she's referring to me as, a leftist, would have Trump winning with nearly 300 electoral votes. You just don't, you just don't see it. And then for the next one, Sarah H 9000 says, "Fake news, lol." Also, this was from the election night I just posted, in which Trump literally won the election with nearly 300 electoral votes, which in my opinion, no left-winning person would actually have that happening. This is like a scenario, this is not like a real thing, so I don't get how this is fake news to begin with. They're just trolling at this point. And then as for hate comment number 6, Jonathan Daly 335 says, "TF am I watching?" Well, first of all, this was also the election night that they commented on. And so if you don't know what that is, it's basically a coverage, my prediction, but put into an actual, broadcast, for an election scenario. If you actually are serious and wondering what you were actually watching to begin with in the first place. Solomon 82 says, "This guy is doing an analyst based off emotions and preference, wasting my time listening to this guy." Anything I put into my video is based off of data and analysts. And then the second thing is I do throw in, my opinions here and there, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean emotions. Like you may probably think that way, but that's not how I view it. In my opinion, I'm just putting out the facts and the data. And then as you can see on the top of your screen, I Love Pizza and KFC 990502 says, "No, they won't subscribe unless I continue to show support for Trump." And so basically it's kind of funny here because the comment below that says they won't subscribe because I'm MAGA. So we're obviously two completely different things. The comment on the top says I don't show enough support for Trump, and then the comment at the bottom says because I'm too MAGA. So obviously two different opposite things. And I think that goes to show you that because I'm getting hate from the far right and also some leftists, goes to show you that maybe that's because I'm actually moderate if I'm being hated by both right-wingers and left-wingers. That goes to show you exactly how I'm actually somewhere in the middle. Because if I was an actual right-winger, I would not be getting hate from other right-wingers as well. And I am from this comment and other comments as well. And then Mad Mike Sports YT says, "Once again, I spin the narrative to favor my Trumplican audience, crewmates, and I am an imposter." Well, first of all, I'm not spinning the narrative. Every video I make, yet again, is coming from basically the polls and what the data shows. I may throw in my opinion here and there, but still, a lot of this is what the polls are saying. And if you may not like the polls, then just say that instead of, saying that I'm just doing this for Trump audience. Because the polls show exactly that Biden is not on track to win in November. And if this was 4 years ago, I would show the exact same polls in which Biden was going to win. And this person goes to say, "Your lefty bias is showing. Read the room? Well, in my opinion, if you ask any other leftists who watch my videos, they're going to say that I am not a leftist. Well, apparently this person's claiming that I have a leftist, bias that is showing. Well, I may be, I may lean to the left on a couple of issues, for example, raising taxes and whatnot, but still, for a majority of issues, that is just simply not true. You ask any leftist person who watches my videos, I basically are not left-leaning to their view. And then as for hate comment number 11, this person says, the amount of people that don't see this as a genocide, referring to what's happening with Gaza, are the type to say Holocaust didn't happen. Okay, that's fine. But then you take a look at what he said under that. He said, I am a Nazi confirmed, because he thinks that I said that what's going on with, Gaza is not a, genocide. That's not true. I did not say if it was or was not a genocide. In fact, I didn't say anything about what's going on with Gaza. I just stated no opinion, and you can find this in any of my videos. I haven't talked a single thing about what's going on between Israel and Palestine. So to go that far to saying that I am pro-genocide is just not true, because I haven't even talked or discussed this issue in any of my videos. So how does that make me a Nazi? I don't get it. And then as for this one's just kind of confusing, because all they just say is you're crazy, which honestly I don't even know what I did to begin with. And then as for hate comment number 13, Mayonnaise says stop spreading misinformation. Well, first of all, he's referring to a poll that I was talking about, and it's literally a real actual poll from the YouGov and CBS. And so I don't get how that's misinformation when it's a real pollster. It's just simply not true. And then this person goes to say, you're wasting your time. Joey, referring to Joe Biden, is up. Well, first of all, you can believe that, but that's just not true. You can think that Biden's actually up by, and you have no data to find show me one poll where he's up by 40 points. Like, not even in 2020, where he was so favorable, was he up by 40 points. That's just not true with reality. And then as for hate comment number 15, Gabe says, stop being so negative toward Republicans. Well, I mean, I have to balance out my audience, and I'm not specifically being negative towards Republicans. I'm just speaking facts. And you can take a look at my channel, scroll through my videos. I have very right-leaning videos, and I also have a couple of, moderate or a little bit lefty-leaning videos, depends on your opinions. But still, this person saying stop being so negative towards Republicans, I'm just speaking what I think and based off of the actual analysts and data. And so I'm not actually being negative towards Republicans. If I am, it's probably because I have to speak the truth. And then as for hate comment number 16, Cameron Monk 4875 says, do you just pull this shit out of your ass? He was referring to, the polls. And first of all, I don't pull any poll out of my ass. First of all, those are actual polls. I'm not making stuff up. This person thinks I'm just making stuff up. I'm talking about the numbers. Those are real, actual data on what the polls are saying. And he's referring to the polls that I said in this specific video from a little bit over a month ago. And so this is not random stuff that I'm making up. It's what they are basically saying with this comment. And then as for hate comment number 17, this person says, you are truly out of your mind. Joe Biden, he wouldn't even win dog catcher. Well, this person's referring to a video I did a couple months ago in which it was a hypothetical scenario in which Joe Biden's approval rating was 10% better than where it is at, realistically. And this was literally a scenario. This is not what I actually, they misunderstood, or they're just playing dumb, because they said I'm truly out of my mind because I have Joe Biden doing better. Well, this is literally, it's in the title. It's a scenario in which Joe Biden's approval rating was 10% better, which is obviously hypothetical. So it's not actually what I think. It's basically a scenario, which this comment is just lost at this point. And Thornton Maloney says, plain out, dream on shitball. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed my video. You literally commented, and there you go. And then this one cracks me up. This person says you're a failed communist. I honestly don't know what that means. Can anyone help me out in the comment section down below? How am I a failed communist, and what does that even mean? And then this person says, I figured you wanted to kill babies. Well, I'm honestly lost with this question, because and they're referring to abortion, by the way. I never publicly stated pro-choice at all. I've never publicly stated that. And now they're obviously making up conspiracy theories and that I do want to kill babies, which I've never talked about that issue specifically. And so they're just making random stuff up, which this is completely just not true. And then hate comment 21 says, wow, 10 likes to this post, which is a community post I posted like 3 months ago. Not a good look for MAGA. Well, first of all, I replied to this comment. I said, one creator doesn't speak for the entirety of MAGA. Obviously, this comment is just delusional. And this person goes to say, the fact that you want an 82-year-old to be president, which I never said I wanted Joe Biden to win re-election, either you are out of your mind or you are a crabby politician that makes money from him. Well, first of all, I don't make any money, and no, I'm not a politician. I own this channel by myself. I don't make money from anywhere else. And like I mentioned earlier, I replied to this comment saying, I never said I want Biden to be president. And in fact, they don't. This is just for the sake of the video. It's a hypothetical scenario. I literally pinned it at the top of the screen that you can see. It's literally a hypothetical scenario in which this person's claiming that this is actually what I want happening. No, it's literally a hypothetical scenario. So this comment is actually pretty dumb, in my opinion. And then as for hate comment number 23, this person goes to say, you Democrats, referring to me, as if I'm a Democrat, which I never publicly stated I was, stop pushing your failures, you are destroying people's lives. Well, first of all, I don't know how I am specifically destroying people's lives, and she is referring to me because apparently she thinks I'm a Democrat, which I never said I was. So again, this comment is actually pretty funny as well. And then as for hate comment number 24, this person said, this guy doesn't know what he is talking about. And then I replied saying, how so? And this person says, I'll 100% bet you that New York, out of all states, is flipping red and that Florida flips blue because of RFK. That is the craziest take I've ever seen before. And if they actually bet that, they're going to lose everything they bet on. Because there is no way New York is flipping red at the same time as Florida flips blue because of RFK. That is the most delusional take I've ever heard. And then the last and final hate comment to cover and address before we end out this video is this. So actually a couple people, replied under this comment. So the first one at the top of your screen says, okay, well, this poll is just retarded. Referring to my electoral map. That's actually not a poll. That's just my prediction. And then the comment under that says, could have fooled me because we all know you're not reporting accurately. And then obviously this is a hypothetical video. If you go to this video where these comments are found, in the title, it literally says hypothetical for a reason. This is not a poll or any type of sort, which they're claiming it's just not true. And then they also reply to say, evidently you have no clue what the word prediction even means then. Well, literally, and I predict if that were to actually be reality. And then I respond saying, read the title. If he had a 10% Beto approve rating, I predict what the map would look like. So that's literally just not true on what they are claiming. And so that's pretty much it. Let me know your overall thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, make sure you press the like button and also subscribe as we're approaching 3,000. Click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my content. Also, we have memberships, so if you're interested in that, you can find the link in the description section. That's pretty much it. If you guys want a part 2, then you would have to wait after I get more hate comments because I'm pretty sure I got all of them. And let me know your thoughts on all these hate comments. Do you agree with them or disagree with them and why? That's pretty much it. Thank you everyone for watching.